Greetings YouTube, Sebastian here, and today we'll be talking about the mixer and reason. I am using this music loop from the fixed tempo folder in the factory sound bank, so that's what we'll be working with. So let's grab this, set here. Let's go to our mixer. So this is the mixer and reason. It's very elaborate, very big and complex. More complex than a lot of DAWs. You have 8 insert effects. You have a master insert section, a four-band EQ with a low pass and a high pass, shelving EQ or filters. You got a gate, a compressor, and then you got a way to route in between those, which is really nice. And then we also have a master bus compressor in the actual effects themselves, and master insert right here, which is basically the combinator style device that has your master effect chain, and then your sends. So let's get started, shall we? So we're going to clean up this loop a little bit, make it sound a little nice. So to me it sounds like it needs a little bit of EQ, so we're going to hit this button where our spectrum EQ will surface, and we will use the low pass to kind of cut some of those frequencies. So we will turn our EQ on so we can cut some of the highs up here that are peaking. There we go. So we killed most of those highs. Now we have E mode, which is expand, I'm guessing, which is really cool. So we'll try that on our mix. So as you can read here, option drag to set. So we can tighten our frequency spectrum like that, which is pretty cool. Excuse me. So we have our high bell, which will turn it into a notch or a peak, depending if you're doing subtractive EQ or additive EQ. So in this case, we're going to do subtractive EQ, so it will be a notch. And we're going to use our high pass filter to kill some of those lows. So there we tamed our loop with some EQ. So we used our low shelf and our high shelf frequency, and we used our EQ with a high frequency bell and an expand mode, which kind of pushes the peaks out a little bit, so you know it's not killing everything. So without, and we did not use the low peak because we don't need to, or the low bell, which is this right here. So that's without the bell, and this is with the bell. So if you don't want to kill all the frequencies below 80 hertz, you can always use this to help you with that. Okay, so that is our loop right now, so we will be going up to the gate. Now, the gate is not really used to really do anything like that, so we'll turn our gate on, play our loop, play with the range, release. And you hear what's happening, that kind of quiet peak kind of coming in. We can get rid of that by bringing up the hold a little bit, maybe make it fast. So what a gate basically does, it's a noise gate. It gets rid of that unwanted guitar feedback. You'd use it to kind of get rid of hi-hats in a drum loop that's there for you. You can also use this gate expander, which is really cool. Excuse me. But we'll go up to our compressor. A compressor is basically a dynamic processor, so your ratio is the effect of the compressor. Your threshold is gain reduction, and your attack is basically the transient of your sound. You don't need it if it's a slow attack. You can have the attack slow, but if it's like a really snappy attack, you're gonna want to have this on fast. So release is basically if you have a really long release, so it will, after the release of the sound, it'll start to compress. So see it as a dude walking into a bar, and the ratio is how when he starts getting a date, and the release is how long he gets the date, how long it takes him to get the date, and the attack is how fast he meets that lady in there. So that's basically a metaphor or anonym for a what a compressor does. So right here you have different ways of routing your signal. So for instance, you can have a sidechain filter in there, which you could actually take a compressor, the M class compressor, or maybe even pulverizer or rack extension compressor, and route it into this channel and have it actually sidechain this loop, which is really cool. So you can insert your insert effects before your dynamics and your EQ if you wish to. Dynamic post EQ, you can have this before your dynamics, which is really cool. So now the meat and potatoes of this video, the master compressor, which is basically going to affect all the channels in your mixdown. So you can use this to mix the rest of your track and kind of glue it together, because this compressor is a console compressor. It is in our mixer. It is in the SSL mixer. So what you're going to be doing with this is making sure all the levels of your track are good together. They're sounding well mixed, well glued. They sound good together. That's what this compressor is for. Before you hit the master, this is what you can do with your compressors. So now we're going to go down to our effects. So your your effects send is right there, and your effects return. So you can have like up to 8 of these. And this is basically the level. So let's go down and let's turn on this room. We'll probably use a different example for this, so I am going to go to my rack and I am going to open a Thor polysonic synthesizer, or better yet, maybe a Dr. Octo Rex. So we're going to go here and we're going to go for a guitar loop, maybe acoustic. So strums, minor. So we're gonna go back to our mixer. So we'll go to Window, show the main mixer. I hate how it does that, but anyway, we can add some room reverb to this, or some plate. So how would you stop this and let's say add your own effect to it? So you can come here to edit, or you could go to your rack, which is, view our rack window. So let's say I could go here and let's grab a effect. We'll grab, let's say, a automatic, and that should be routed to our mixer. So we'll go to view main mixer. So our automatic retro transformer is right here, so we can apply the tape that's coming through. Another thing we can do is we can grab our channel and we can solo it, of course, and we can create a parallel channel. Solo this as well, and we can edit inserts. Go here and we can add, let's say, let's go with reverb, and we can bring our reverb all the way up, and we can choose, let's say, a smooth one. Doesn't matter. Bring down our channel, and so a parallel channel, if you want to add a little extra character to your guitar, or your synths, a good way to just do a parallel channel, do some parallel compression, so we can always, let's say, go here, cake walk search, and we can bring in this compressor, so we can go and bring in a nice setting. So that's called parallel processing, or parallel compression. And that about does it for our mixer video. The SSL mixer is really nice in Reason. One of my favorite things about Reason, you can also route, let's say, you can route stuff individually. So if you have let's say a Kong, you can You can route the pads to different channels. You could do all that stuff in Reason, which is really nice. Um, if you found this video helpful, please leave a like. Thanks for watching.